It's hotter than a hoe in church. I can't. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, Veronica. Today we're going to be discussing something that's been going on YouTube for like the past 2 weeks. On Instagram, Twitter, blah blah blah, whatever. As you guys saw in the title of this video, we are going to be testing out Subculture. The palette has a lot of controversy. A lot of people say it's good. A lot of people say it's bad. I'm here to test it out. No shade, all tea. Alright guys, first of all, this packaging is the bomb. It feels just like Modern Renaissance. I did notice that the ingredients on the Modern Renaissance and this palette are a little bit different, but honestly I don't really care. I did hear from Wayne Goss and Stephanie Nicole here on YouTube that these are pure pigments, and that's why they're super pigmented and a little harder to blend. But if you work some magic, you could just create some damn looks. I'm going to be doing a demo on this eye look really quick, and then I will be basically telling you guys my thoughts on this palette and if it's worth the buy or not. Alright, so just make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. So I do have one eye already done. This palette does have a lot of fallout, but the shades are gorgeous and they're very pigmented. So I'm just taking a very fluffy brush. I'm just taking a brush and I'm going gently into Roxy. If you tap your brush into the eyeshadow with a heavy hand, you will get a lot of fallout. The best way that I'm using right now is just do a very light touch and still like tap off the excess. And then I'm just rubbing Roxy all over my lid right now. As you guys can see, the color payoff is really nice on this color. As you can see, blending Roxy is super easy. I can add a little bit of Dawn on top of that, and then you'll see these two colors will mix beautifully together. So I have no problems with this shade. Now, with my Mary Kay like fluffy tapered brush, I'm going into this beautiful brown fudge color. And then I'm gonna slowly add the brown in here and just blend it together. Going in with my Wet n Wild concealer, I'm literally just gonna cut my crease just a tad bit. I'm gonna go into the shade Adorn with the same flat brush, and I'm just gonna place this on the lid. I do have a lot of fallout from this makeup look, and it's very simple, so just make sure you guys do your eyeshadow before you do your whole face. I'm gonna go add my eyelashes so I can do the bottom eye look and the rest of my face. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so this is the final look that I created. It's a very edgy kind of look for me, but I really like it. I like how it turned out. It's a little weird on the ends, but just don't mind that. Anyways, my thoughts on this palette. I do think it's worth the buy. Just hear me out. Just hear me out, okay? I know everybody's been talking about it, saying how bad it is, that it doesn't blend well, that it's overly pigmented, that it's patchy. Well, it didn't get patchy on me for whatever reasons. I don't know what happened to their thing. I don't know if they're using like the wrong eyeshadow primer, or they're just not setting their eyeshadow primer correctly, or they just heard other reviews and now they're biased or whatever for me. But for me, personally, I believe that this palette is okay. It's super freaking pigmented. Yes, I feel like these are pure pigments. Yes, I do understand that some of these colors are weird and edgy. and that some people have been getting muddy colors. But you guys have to realize that these colors are very complementary with one another. You can't just mix the purple and this dark green and expect it to not turn a muddy color. Like, for example, let's say you're drawing and you shade in something like with the purple and then you go over it with the blue, then obviously it's going to turn into a muddy color. That also happens when you draw or when you paint or when you do things like that. You have to realize that if you mix complementary colors together like these, you can get muddy looks. So you have to be careful with what you use. So the looks that I created today, I used like a very light base, and then I used a darker shade to shade, and then I just used like the metallic shadow over top, and it worked out perfectly okay. And then I used the green at the bottom. I feel like this palette is complementary with other palettes. Like if you have this palette and you have another palette that has like warm tones, for example, let's say the Modern Renaissance, then these two go together. Yes, these are for very like smoky or like halo eye looks, but they can also be worked with warm colors, as you can see. I just feel like everybody on YouTube, especially like when Jeffree Star said that, oh, it's patchy, it's muddy, like hello, you do realize he mixed two complementary shades. You mix brown with purple or like a dark grungy color with another dark grungy color, you're obviously gonna get a freaking black patch. It's not that the color oxidized or anything like that. It's just that you're mixing colors together when they're not supposed to go together like that. I mean, this palette is pigmented. It's nice. I love the colors. I can see myself using this with other palettes that I have. If you are a makeup junkie, if you have other palettes, then I do suggest that you go out and buy this. You can make this palette work. Obviously, since it's super pigmented, it's way more pigmented than the Modern Renaissance palette. You have to work for it. You have to blend a little better. You have to go with a light hand. You can't just freaking dip your brush in here and expect it to be like a Morphe eyeshadow palette. You know what I mean? Like the Morphe eyeshadow palettes are pressed in so hard that you have to like dig in there to get product out. And for this, it's not the case. You just tap and then blend. It's easy as that. Yes, it has fallout, but that doesn't bother me personally. What I like to do is just like tap into my palette and then I tap on the outside, but I just leave whatever fallout is in here and then I just save it for later. It doesn't matter. Or you can just blow it away. It's not that big of a deal. Everyone's just making a big problem out of it. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. It's just makeup, guys, and I do still recommend it. It's worth the buy, honestly, in my sincere opinion. These colors are gorgeous. I will be doing more looks throughout the week. I'm posting them to see how you can incorporate this palette with the Modern Renaissance or just by itself. If you guys want to see like a weird edgy look or like something like more classic and smoky, then just let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I do recommend it, guys. It's not that deep. This palette is fine. Like, come on, Jeffree Star, just, it takes a little more blending, but if I did it, you can do it. And mine didn't come out that great. And honestly, like, you can make it work, guys. It's not that bad. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up if you guys like this video. If you haven't commented down below, make sure you guys comment and let me know what kind of look you guys want to see, what colors you guys want me to use from this palette. I have some interesting looks that I have in mind, especially with these like two yellows and then this like brown gray color. Like, they're really interesting, so I'm just like super excited to play with this palette. So make sure you guys let me know down below what you want to see next.